Tell the truth, the whole truth.
You know what? When I do, I'm going to take my little napkins with me. Just kind of wipe my
You
forehead.
got more than one?
Okay. It is 7 o'clock. We do have a quorum. We'll call the council meeting to order. Our first items on the agenda tonight are invocation given by Mayor Pro Tem Watts, and then the pledge to the American and Texas flag by myself. If you will please join us.
Please join me in prayer. Father in heaven, we thank you for this day and all the blessings that you've given to each of us. We're a very blessed people to live in this country and to live in this city, and we thank you for that. Father, we're particularly mindful of the weather that's moving through our area right now. We ask that you will watch over our citizens and keep them safe. Pray that you will be with the families of those in Tennessee and Kentucky who have not been as fortunate as we have this spring with regards to weather, and we ask that you will comfort them and help them and their families. Father, for those of us here and for all those who serve in government, we ask for wisdom and humility, and we ask all of these things in the name of your Son, Jesus. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Okay, we have a few proclamations that we're going to issue this evening. And if I could, I'd ask Esteban Santillana and Lynn Barker to come forward, please. Hope I didn't mess that name up, sir. Santana, I apologize, sir.
No.
Santana, I apologize. Both y'all. You know, we do these proclamations pretty much every week, and we do it for a reason, because all these things are very good, worthwhile causes, as you'll hear about as we do these proclamations. But we want everyone here in the community to be aware of all the different things that are going on and all the efforts that our citizens are making to make this the best community in North Texas. So with that, proclamation reads, whereas water is a basic and essential need of all humankind and all living things to sustain life, and whereas water is a limited resource that should be used wisely and the water supply protected by preventing pollution and conserving water, and whereas public works and utilities provide essential services needed for the protection of health and welfare of our community as part of our everyday lives, and whereas the support of a satisfied and informed citizenry is vital to the professional operation of public works. Is there something wrong? Public works, utility system, and essential programs such as water production and distribution, wastewater treatment and collection, environmental services, streets and storm drainage, traffic and fleet operations, and public buildings and facilities. And whereas the quality and efficiency of these facilities, as well as their planning, design, and construction, is vitally dependent upon the efforts and skills of public service employees. Whereas the efficiency of the qualified and committed personnel who staff the Public Services Department is significantly influenced by citizens' attitudes and appreciations of the important work they perform. And now, therefore, I, Dean Euchert, Mayor of the City of Louisville, on behalf of the Louisville City Council and all the citizens of Louisville, do hereby proclaim the week of May 2 through 8, 2010 as National Drinking Water Week, and May 16 through 22, 2010 as National Public Works Week, and urge all citizens and civic organizations to understand and recognize the contributions of the Public Services Department in providing for our daily utility needs and protecting the health, safety, and well-being of our community, proclaimed this third day, May 2010. And I both want to thank you, gentlemen, and all the people that work with you to make our system so wonderful. We appreciate it. And we'll give you an opportunity to say a little something, and we'll get a picture here. Let you hold this. We'll give you all an opportunity to say a few words.
I'd like to thank the citizens, the councilmen, you, sir, the directors, for your support and cooperation throughout the years. It's noticed throughout the city and at the water plant and public works altogether. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate all your work. Okay. Next one, I can have these three gentlemen come up here. We've got David Damore, Michael Johnson, and Guy Northrup. You gentlemen would come forward, please. And there's one more here. Well, come on down. I didn't have another card for you. Who did I leave out?
Jeff.
Jeff?
York.
Jeff York. Jeff, I'm Dean Euchre. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
Guy,
Guy, nice to meet you, sir. And pleasure.
Michael Johnson.
Michael, nice to meet you, sir.
David Damore.
David, nice to meet you. We thank you, gentlemen, so much you do. You know, years ago, when I was a young boy, that was a lot of time ago, but, you know, motorcyclists had kind of a bad reputation. Today, they've kind of gotten a reputation of not only a mode of transportation, but a recreational vehicle that a lot of people, a lot of citizens throughout the world use for relaxation and enjoyment, just to kind of sometimes relieve the stress out of everyday life. So it's really good, and we want to give you his proclamation this week. It says, whereas today's society is finding more citizens involved in motorcycling on the roads of our country, and whereas motorcyclists are roughly unprotected and much more likely to be injured or killed in a crash than other vehicle drivers, and whereas campaigns have helped inform riders and motorists alike on motorcycle safety issues to reduce motorcycle-related risks, injuries, and most of all, fatalities through a comprehensive approach to motorcycle safety. And whereas it is the responsibility of all who put themselves behind the wheel to become aware of motorcyclists, regarding them with the same respect as any other vehicle traveling the highways of this country. And whereas urging all of our community to become aware of the inherent danger involved in operating a motorcycle and give the operator the respect on the road they deserve. Now, therefore, I, Dean Euchre, Mayor of the City of Louisville, on and behalf of the Louisville City Council, do hereby proclaim May 2010 as Motorcycle Safety and Awareness Month in Louisville, Texas, and urge appropriate recognition thereof. Proclaim this third day of May 2010. Once again, I want to say thank you very much, and we appreciate all y'all do for the community. I know y'all do a lot of good work for charities and stuff. We appreciate it. Okay. Let's get a picture here, and then we'll have one of you say something. There you go. That's yours.
Okay.
Feel free.
I want to thank Mayor Euchre and the council members here for declaring May Motorcycle Awareness Month in the city of Louisville. Awareness is the key factor in the safety of motorcycle riders. 2 out of every 3 car motorcycle wreck, the driver will tell you that I just didn't see him. So declaring May Motorcycle Awareness Month will hopefully help raise awareness in the community of Louisville and the surrounding areas, and help prevent some of the motorcycle accidents and fatalities that may occur. So we definitely appreciate your help in declaring the month Motorcycle Awareness Month.
You bet. It's our privilege. We thank you once again for all the work y'all do and the efforts y'all do for raising money for children's stuff throughout the year. We appreciate all the motorcycle toy runs are great. We appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Kunke. There you are. We just have so many good team members here at our city that we just sometimes have to pause and appreciate them and tell them the thanks that they deserve. Give them the thanks they deserve. Whereas the Dallas-Fort Worth area is the top tourism destination in Texas with more than 25 million visitors each year, generating nearly $1 billion last year in state and local tax revenue, and whereas Louisville is rapidly increasing its profile within the region to attracting leisure visitors that support the city's 2,700 hotel rooms, 200 restaurants, and hundreds of retail businesses. And whereas the Governor's Office of Economic Development and Tourism has declared the second week of May to be Texas Travel and Tourism Week as a way to recognize the contributions of the travel industry and the vast economic potential of tourism. Now, therefore, I, Dean Euchert, Mayor of the City of Louisville, along with the members of the City Council, do hereby proclaim the week of May 9 through 15, 2010 as Texas Travel and Tourism Week, proclaim this third day of May 2010. Mr. Conkey, thank you so much for you and all the staff and all the people that work with you. We appreciate it. Thank you. Say a few words. Tell them all about it.
Certainly. Just one more number that wasn't mentioned in the proclamation. Last year, about 600,000 room nights were booked in Louisville. So with the Convention Center, the Lake, Railroad Park, and the Future Arts Center, tourism is a very present and viable industry in Louisville, and it's growing every year. We appreciate the support from Mayor and Council.
Thank you, James. You know, James Wright, I was talking with Bob Monahan, our parks director, and he was just telling me before the meeting that they just got the final numbers in from the softball tournament. We had the collegiate softball tournament. We had teams from outside of the state coming in, and it generated almost $150,000 here in the city just this past weekend. So we're really glad these things are working for us. Now, if I could have Sergeant Courtney Battaglia. I hope I said that right. All right. I have a little help.
Keep your seat.
Sergeant, good to meet you, ma'am.
You too, sir.
Once again, we have some of, like I said, the best team members that make this city work. You know, myself and the council, we just sit up there and take all the glory. These people are the ones that do all the work, and we appreciate them. Whereas the Congress of the United States of America has designated May 9th through May 15th, 2010 to be dedicated as National Police Week, and May 14th, 2010 as Police Memorial Day, and whereas our law enforcement officers are the guardians of life and property, defenders of the individual right to be free men and women, warriors in the battle against crime, and are dedicated to the preservation of life and property, and whereas our community desires to remember those law enforcement officers who have been killed in the performance of their duties. Now, therefore, I, Dean Euchert, Mayor of the City of Louisville, Texas, do hereby proclaim the week of May 9 through 15, 2010 as National Police Officers Week, and May 14, 2010 as Police Memorial Day in the City of Louisville, and urge all citizens to make every effort to express heartfelt appreciation to the men and women who have sacrificed their lives to guard us and our loved ones against all who would violate the law. Proclaim this third day of May, 2010. Once again, Sergeant, thank you so much for all that you do. Well, with me, it might be a glamour of beast, but that's all right. Say a few words and come back.
Well, Mr. Mayor, first of all, thanks to you personally, to the council. The most important part is the support of our citizens, and we couldn't do it without their help. So, thank you.
Okay, next item on the agenda is item number D, a public hearing. Consideration of an ordinance for zone change from agricultural open space to light industrial in 7 tracts totaling 4.63 acres, located on the west side of Hope Ridge Prairie Road, south of Midway Road, further identified as tracts 30, 34, 35, 40, 41, and 42 of the S. Hayden Survey Abstract 537. And Lot 1, Block A of Lee Estate, as requested by Van Tile Group on behalf of the property owner. Comments are the proposed zoning classification, light industrial, is in keeping with the recommendations of the East Louisville Plan and existing zoning in the surrounding area. The applicant would like to rezone in order to expand the existing auto auction facility that they plan to buy. A site plan and plat are drawn up to combine these tracts and the other existing lots into one large lot. Other properties in this area are zoned light industrial and agricultural open space. The Planning and Zoning Commission voted 6-0 in favor of the zoning change request at their April 6, 2010 meeting. The recommendation of staff is council approve the proposed ordinance amending Louisville Code, City Code, Chapter 17, the comprehensive zoning ordinance as set forth in the caption above. I do have some cards filled out here. I have a Cecilia Hauser who is in support but does not wish to speak. I have Pat Lee, who is here for questions. I have Von Bucher, who is here in support and also available for questions. And I have John Applewhite, who is in support and also available for questions. Council, do you need a presentation from staff on this? Anyone need any questions of staff? Anyone have any questions of the applicants that are here to answer questions?
Mayor, unless they want to make a statement, I move to close the public hearing.
Have a motion to close public hearing?
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Councilman Grena.
Unless anybody has any recommendations, I move to approve as recommended by the staff according to the caption above.
Have a motion to approve as recommended by Councilman Grena.
Second.
A second by Councilman Thornhill. Councilor?
Okay, this is an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Louisville, Texas, that amends the zoning ordinance of the city, granting zoning changes on the 4.63 acres located over several tracts of land, fully and completely described in the attached Exhibit A, ordering a change in the use of said property from agricultural open space district zoning to light industrial district zoning, correcting the official zoning map, preserving all other portions of the zoning ordinance, providing a clause relating to severability, determining that the public interests and general welfare demand a zoning change and amendment therein made, providing a penalty, and declaring an emergency.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item E is Visitor Citizens Forum. At this time, any person with business before the council not scheduled on the agenda may speak to council. No formal action can be taken on these items at this meeting. I did not have any cards filled out for anyone to speak. Next item is the consent agenda. All the following items on the consent agenda are considered to be self-explanatory by the council and will be enacted with one motion. There will be no separate discussion on these items unless a council member or citizen so requests. For a citizen to request removal of an item, a speaker card must be filled out and submitted to the city secretary. I did not have any cards or any requests to pull, so I entertain a motion to Councilman Durham.
Move to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Have a motion by Councilman Durham to approve the consent agenda, second by Councilman Grena. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 6, consideration of the final plat for Castle Hills, Phase 6, Section A 19.34-acre residential subdivision with 134 residential lots and 5 HOA lots, designated Townhouse 2, located at the northwest corner of Essex Boulevard and Windhaven Parkway, and consideration of 7 variances to the Castle Hill Development Agreement as requested by Pate Engineers representing the property owner. Comments are City Council approved the first 3 variances with the preliminary plat. Castle Hills has found a home builder who wishes to develop the site with the proposed new lot configuration. The original lot layout was for attached townhomes, while the new lot layout is for a detached product. In light of these changes to the site, the previously awarded variances are no longer valid. The developer is requesting the same original 3 variances plus 4 additional variances. The Planning and Zoning Commission at their April 20, 2010 meeting voted 6-0 in favor to recommend the final plat and the requested variances. City Council, the recommendation of City Council approve the final plat as requested as set forth in the caption above. I do have 2 speaker cards here. I have one from Brian Dench, who is here in support and available for any questions. And then I also have Marie Zett, I'm sorry, I can hardly read that, who is here in support. Does council wish to hear a presentation from staff? Any questions of staff? Any questions of the applicant has filled out cards? Councilman Watts?
Move to approve.
We have a motion by...
Second.
We have a motion by Councilman Watts to approve as requested, a second by Councilman Durham. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 7 is consideration of variances to the Louisville City Code, Chapter 6, Article 3, Plan Submittal and Approval Procedures, Section 6-54, when an engineering site plan is required, and Article 8, Off-Street Parking, Section 6-161, General Provisions for a temporary gravel parking lot located at 501 Valley Ridge Boulevard, as requested by North Texas Rail Group. North Texas Rail Group, being the contractors for the DCTA, is leasing space at 501 Valley Ridge Boulevard for safety training for employees and contractors until the rail is completed. Periodically, there is the need for overflow parking. NTRG is requesting the following variances. A, to waive the engineering site plan due to the increase in parking spaces, and B, to waive the requirement that the parking area be asphalt or concrete. NTRG is requesting to build a temporary gravel-covered lot for 1 year and then return the area to the existing grass covering. Recommendation of staff is council approve the requested variance as put forth in the caption above. Councilman Thornhill.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll go ahead and make a motion that we approve this particular item.
Second.
I do have a card filled out by Kimberly Durham with the North Texas Rail Group that's here to answer any questions if you have it, and she is in support.
Different name.
We had a motion by Councilman Thornhill to approve as requested, and a second by Councilman Tierney. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 8 is consideration of an ordinance amending the Louisville City Code, Chapter 4, Article 10, Fences, Section 4-453, General Requirements and Restrictions to allow fences to be constructed within private drainage easements. The City of Louisville Fence Ordinance, Section 4-453, General Requirements and Restrictions, B3 states, no drainage easement, public or private, shall be fenced or constructed in any manner if the drainage is above ground. A gate shall be constructed in a fence along easements to allow ingress and egress for maintenance. The following amendment is being requested. Fences shall be allowed to be erected within private drainage easements provided that the materials used are either chain link, tubular steel, or good neighbor board or board spacing. Recommendation of the City Council approve the requested ordinance as set forth in the caption above. Councilman Tierney.
Move to approve, Mayor.
Second.
We have a motion to approve by Councilman Tierney. We have a second by Councilman Durham. Councilor?
Okay, this is an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Louisville, Texas, amending the Louisville City Code, Chapter 4, Article 10, Fences, Section 4-453, General Requirements and Restrictions, allowing specific types of fences to be constructed within above-ground drainage easements, providing for a repealer, providing for severability, providing a penalty, providing an effective date, and declaring an emergency.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Mayor, if I may, is there a small presentation on this? Because I know that there's a lot of citizens that would be interested in this. Was there one or not? I didn't know.
I mean, we can walk you through it.
Well, no, it's not for me. It's for the video for the citizens. I met with Mr. Backus today.
Yeah,
Backus today.
Does he have any exhibits he can show? Okay. Cleve can show you what this is about.
And the reason I ask is that I had a couple of calls from citizens about this, wondering about it, and I just thought if they called, there's probably a lot more watching the video that would probably like to see a quick couple of minute overview on what this is about for their little drainages and stuff. Thank you.
All right. Mayor and Council, I'd just like to reiterate that this is just for private drainage easements, not public drainage easements. And where the problems arose is that the best example I can give is the Garden Ridge Addition Phase 1 and 2, and those phases, as they were built, one was started in 1985, and see if I can zoom in here a little bit. Okay, this shows where the separation is in regards to the different phases, and you can see where Chinaberry and Honeysuckle are. In 91, the variance, or the fence ordinance required that the fences be within the drainage easement. And then when they built Phase 2, a couple of years after that, now Phase 2 was in 91, the ordinance changed in 94 requiring that fences be on each side of the drainage easement, allowing drainage. And what happened was, as the fences are being built, some were required to have a drainage easement, some were to have the fence down the middle. And then in these areas and some of the other areas in that particular subdivision, you have actual landlocked areas where there's a single fence, opens up to a drainage easement, and then it becomes a problem because people don't maintain them, and then code enforcement tries to get them to clear the areas, and it depends. It's a shared easement, so each property owner on each side of the easement is required to maintain it. And as you can see in this photo, it starts right up to where a tree is grown, actually grown in the easement, and it creates problems. And with those being landlocked, you have growth, debris being thrown back there, rodent issues, and then the water backs up. Many of the residents in this subdivision and other areas of the city have their fences across drainage easements or within drainage easements, and we thought over a period of time to eliminate these issues, because they're willing to take their properties back on each side of the fence and maintain it themselves. But when we talked to engineering, we put our heads together and said, okay, what's the best solution for this? And the best solution was to have either the chain link, the tubular steel, or the Good Neighbor. Good Neighbor fence, although it's a little weathered, is the type of fence that's board on board, opposing sides, so that the water can actually work through it and there's less debris to be captured by it. And specifically, it's down the center. Now, the ordinance would be within the drainage easement, either horizontal or vertical to that easement.
Thank you.
And Cleve, I want to stress again, like you said, this is only for private drainage easements, not for public. I'm taking this because in the public it would be required because we have to have access to.
Yes, we have to have access, and we're required to maintain it.
Right. Okay. Thank you, sir. Okay, item number 9, consideration of an ordinance establishing an ad hoc I-35 corridor plan advisory committee, consideration of appointments to the committee, and appointment of a chairperson. City Council has selected the firm of Parsons Brinckerhoff to develop a plan for the I-35 corridor in Louisville to study the land use impacts of the widening and to create a corridor development plan that will address challenges, identify opportunities, and help the city maximize overall community benefits of the widening. The committee will work with the consultant and stakeholders in the process of formulating the plan and will make recommendations to the City Council. Recommendation is the Council approve the ordinances as set forth in the caption above and make appointments to the committee and appoint a chairperson. Councilman Watts?
Do we need to, just a question, do we have to approve the ordinance first and then do the appointments? So we have to have that vote first. Then I move to approve the ordinance.
Second.
We have a motion to approve the ordinance by Councilman Watts, a second by Councilman Grena. Councilor?
Okay, this is an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Louisville, Texas, establishing an ad hoc I-35 corridor plan advisory committee, providing a repealer, providing a severability clause, providing an effective date, and declaring an emergency.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. You want to do the second half?
Sure. I will go ahead and make a motion that we appoint to the Project Advisory Committee Charles Emery of DCTA, Bobby Mitchell, representing Denton County, Matt McCormick from the Chamber of Commerce, Jim Gallegos from the Planning and Zoning Commission, Margie Rochelle from the Park Board, and Amanda Ferguson representing the OTBA, OTDRC. Included in that motion that we appoint also local residents Steve Griffin, Alvin Turner, Jeff Peltier. From the business and landowner community, Donald Huffines, Doug Welch, and Leanne Lowry. And from the development community, John Hochter, Mac Rogers, and Bill Davidson.
Have a motion?
Second.
And it's a motion by Councilman Watts, a second by Councilman Durham. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I guess my question now is, do we want to appoint the chairman, or would you like to have the committee appoint the chairperson? Staff, you want to address
The
that?
ordinance calls for the council to appoint the
Okay.
chairperson.
Okay, that was my question. I thought it did. All right, so council, now we want to appoint, out of those people, would you like to appoint a chairperson?
Do we have to do that tonight, or can we come back and,
You don't have to do it tonight. You could,
well, I hate to appoint somebody chairman and they not want to be chairman, I guess.
yeah, you don't have to do it tonight. You can do that at a later date.
We'll table that to the
Solicit
next
some-
meeting. We can contact some of these. Yes, sir.
Well, Mayor, I was wondering if, being part of a committee, can we just make the motion that they pick their own chairman, or do we have to pick it?
And the ordinance declares we appoint the
We have to do it, okay, it's not an option. All right, then, I would like to at least talk to a few of them, see who would like to be chairman before I make a recommendation.
It could be an option if you change the ordinance. You adopted the ordinance, so you can always adopt a different ordinance in my if you wanted to.
I would like to see that option, because if I was on a committee, I'd definitely like to pick who would be the chairman, but that's...
Okay, let me go ahead then and make a motion that we table this particular item until next meeting,
Second.
2 weeks. Back on work.
So your motion is to not only table, but do they have to do anything with the motion that just passed?
No, they're just tabling the third thing, which is appointing the chairman, as I understand it.
Right.
Okay. Is that all we're doing? We're not going back to change the ordinance?
Right. No.
Okay.
Right. We have a table. We have a motion on the floor to table appointing the chairperson of the committee until the second meeting in May. We have a second.
Second.
Oh, I'm sorry. Second by Councilman Watts. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 10, consideration of nominations to the North Central Texas Council of Governments 2011 Executive Board. The North Central Texas Council of Governments has requested nominations for the Executive Board for open seats. Councilman Tierney?
I recommend and make a motion to put your name, Mayor, Dean Ukert, on that list.
Well, second.
Have a motion to nominate myself, Mayor Dean Ukert, by Councilman Tierney, a second by Councilman Thornhill. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, reports. Nika? Nothing? Bob? Glad the tournament went well, sir. Appreciate the success and all the hard work that you're doing out there. Linda? I apologize earlier. I was really afraid that I was making a mistake. I'm like, oh, if I got the wrong people up here, I want to stop. No, you were fine. Thank y'all for all your help and helping to get all that done. Chief? No, sir. Thank you, sir. How's the lake, Carol?
Well, it's still full, and since it's raining, we can expect it to stay that way.
Looks good. I've heard reports that the fishing's getting better, too, so that's good.
Water's clear right now.
Oh, good. Carol, I'm sorry, Donna. Just said Carol. Nothing, Donna? Brenda? Mr. Ferris? Mr. Backus, sir? Councilman Durham?
Nothing, Mayor.
Councilman McGrenna?
Mayor, I'd just like to, I didn't see the fire chief here. I think he had to run on the emergency or something, but I want to let the citizens know that on the 13th, which is a Thursday evening at 6:30, the firemen will be here for their bagpipe symposium, and I believe it's at 6:30. Is that right, Mr. Kunke? I'll come early and enjoy the fun, 6 o'clock. And look it up online. It's actually a lot of fun. That's Thursday night, the 13th of May. Thank you.
Councilman Watt?
Friday night, I was lucky enough to get to go to fill in for the mayor at the Louisville Lake Symphony performance for the Daniel Pearl Day concert. Fantastic performance, and just want to commend everybody who had anything to do with it. But all of the LISD choirs participated. We have an outstanding and continually growing arts community here, and encourage everybody to take advantage of it. And also, if you haven't voted yet, go vote. Election day is coming.
I think they're going to welcome that new art center.
I think they are, yeah.
Mr. City Manager.
No, sir.
Councilman Thornhill.
Well, this Saturday, we have an all-important election coming up, both for city council and school board, so I definitely would urge everybody who hasn't voted yet to get out there and vote. It's an important election for all of us, so please vote.
Councilman Tierney.
No, sir.
Councilor?
Yes, Mayor. It's the time of year when a lot of kids are graduating from high school and college, and I just wanted to advise council, city staff, and the city that I'm going to graduate from my position as city attorney effective the end of August of this year.
You're going, what? Give us a little more detail there, Councilor.
I quit.
That was good. I was a good straight man there, wasn't I?
That's the first time I heard him speak plainly.
It'll be almost 37 years in that position, and it's been a great time, and I'll have more to say later, but just wanted to give you notice.
Well, thank you very much. I know we will all have more to say later. Some of it will be good, maybe some of it won't be good. But, we appreciate dearly your service over the last 37 years to this community and to this city and all the citizens that you served. We appreciate that greatly. So it'll be through August, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Which day in August is this now?
The day before dove season.
I'll pin that down.
Crucial time of the year. Yeah. Julie?
Just a reminder, tomorrow's the last day to early vote, and then Saturday you need to vote in your polling location.
Okay. A couple things I'd just like to mention is this Wednesday morning at Lakeland Baptist Church, we're having our annual Mayor's Prayer Breakfast. All three mayors of Louisville, Flower Mound, Highland Village will be there, plus they have guest speakers and entertainment and a breakfast, and starts at 6:45 a.m. I'd love to have anyone that wants to come. And then also Thursday is the recognized National Day of Prayer. And while I know there's one up in Denton, I believe at the courthouse also, there is a sanctioned one here in Louisville at Westside Baptist Church that I will be attending. So I know they'd love to see anybody out there. It's at 7 p.m. on Thursday evening. Okay. With that, in accordance with Texas Government Code, Subchapter D, Section 551.072, Real Estate Property Acquisition, and Section 551.087, Economic Development, deliberation regarding economic development negotiations, we convene into the executive session. Convening back into regular session. Is there any action to be taken, council?
Nope. Move to adjourn.
Second.
Have a motion to adjourn by Councilman Tierney, a second by Councilman Watts. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.